Welcome to Season 2 of the Shekinah Meditation Podcast, created by community members and friends of Shekinah Garden in Pai, Thailand. Shekinah communities are dedicated to creating free devotional spaces of Christian practice for spiritual seekers and travelers around the world. We post Christ-centered guided meditation each week to help you in your personal or small group practice. You can find episode show notes and other information at shekinahcommunity.com. Hi, this is Ray. It's Season 2, Episode 3 of the podcast. I'm recording this early in the morning, right before Ro and I leave for a short break. We are feeling very blessed as someone has offered to help us get away to rest for a little while. As always, our patrons are supporting this podcast. We are raising money to keep our community running and all of our practices going on, which are always free for travelers and spiritual seekers. And patronage is part of the way we do that. You can find us at patreon.com/Shekinah Meditation Podcast. And you can support us for $1 or more per month. Another way that you can support us is by rating or reviewing us on iTunes or sharing the podcast in some other way, on Instagram or Facebook, or with your friends, just word of mouth, any way that you can. We'd love it if you share it. We know that you appreciate the podcast with your support. Thank you so much. Today's meditation is a short Lectio Divina on Matthew 7, verses 7 to 8, guided by Ro at Shekinah Garden in Thailand. Ro will guide you through some exercises to bring your mind into a place of quiet, ready for meditation, and then through the verses. And don't forget to spend some time processing your meditation. You can do that with others if you're with others while you meditate, sharing in a circle and giving each person some time to share their experience. Or if you're on your own, try writing down some of the things that you thought about or things that impressed themselves upon you as you meditated. I hope you enjoy this short meditation. Let's begin.
Let's begin by finding a comfortable position to sit in. With our spine nice and long, crown of our head reaching up, and our shoulders just relaxed. Perhaps our eyes closed. And sending some deep breaths deep to our hips, letting our bellies rise and fall. Letting our attention come to that breath. Noticing the rhythm of our breath as we inhale and exhale. Noticing the movement of our body as we breathe. And just allowing our body to settle into stillness. Noticing the rest of our body as well as our breath now. Paying attention to the sensations we can notice in our body. Perhaps the feeling of our clothes on our skin, sensations of heat or cold. Parts of our body that are touching other parts, folded on ourselves. Perhaps sensations of hunger or thirst. Just noticing all that there is to notice about how our body feels today. If you're noticing some place of discomfort, just noticing that as well. If there's some small movement or stretch you could take to gain a little more comfort, feel free to take it. You don't have to stay perfectly still. Just noticing how our body feels in this moment. And as we notice our breath and our body, let's also notice our thoughts, what's happening inside. Not passing judgment on what's coming up in our mind, but just noticing. Any concerns or worries that are coming up. Thoughts of what's already happened today or things that you need to do later on. Lists, anxieties, worries. Just noticing them, whatever they are. You might like to imagine those thoughts as clouds in the sky. And you're just looking at them as they float by. A thought comes to our mind, a cloud comes into our field of vision. We notice it, but it doesn't need to bother us. We can acknowledge that it's there and then just allow it to pass on by, to float away out of our field of vision, and the thought just to float away out of our mind. Knowing that those things will be there at the end of the meditation if we wish to pick them up again. But in this moment, just acknowledging them and then letting them pass by, float away. We can continue to do this until all that is above us is just a clear sky. Until there's no clouds. If we find ourselves distracted, which is normal, during the rest of this meditation practice, we can just come back to this feeling of stillness, Come back to this image of the clouds just floating away until all that is above us is a clear sky. As we turn to the scripture for our Lectio Divina meditation today, you might like to perhaps turn your hands palm upward as a symbol of receiving from the divine today. The passage for our meditation today comes from Matthew chapter 7, verses 7 and 8. For this first reading, let's just allow the words to wash over us, seeing if perhaps something stands out, a word or a phrase or an idea. Ask, and it will be given to you. Seek, and you will find. Knock, and it will be opened to you. For everyone who asks, receives, and the one who seeks, finds. And to the one who knocks, it will be opened. During this second reading, I'll read each section twice and leave some time for meditation. I invite you to again look for a word or a phrase that might stand out for you. Perhaps asking the divine, what is it you would have me hear from these words today? Ask, and it will be given to you. Ask, and it will be given to you. Seek, and you will find. Seek, and you will find. Knock, and it will be opened to you. Knock, and it will be opened to you. For everyone who asks, receives. For everyone who asks, receives. And the one who seeks, finds. And the one who seeks, finds. And to the one who knocks, it will be opened. And to the one who knocks, it will be opened. For this last reading, perhaps again asking the Divine, what is it you would have me hear today? And perhaps also asking, why do I need to hear this today? Why do I need to hear this today? Ask, and it will be given to you. Seek, and you will find. Knock, and it will be opened to you. For everyone who asks, receives. And the one who seeks, finds. And to the one who knocks, it will be opened. As we finish this time of meditation together today, you might like to consider if there's something you would like to take away with you from this practice. Some word or some idea, or something that you would like to put into practice in your life. Thank you for joining us today for Shekinah meditation.
Thank you for joining today. There will be a new guided meditation available each week, so don't forget to subscribe to iTunes or sign up for our newsletter to get podcasts delivered to your inbox at www.shekinahcommunity.com/podcast newsletter. Also, you can rate or review on iTunes or sign up as a patron at patreon.com/Shekinah Meditation Podcast. Have a beautiful week. Many blessings to you.